If you earn a 4-year college degree, then on average, you'll make nearly double the wage of a person without a degree. Now, just for a second, think of what I just stated. You're in college, maybe taking multiple classes, but your end goal is to graduate. So those numbers or that statistics itself gives you hope, or should give you hope. Because once you graduate, you are potentially going to make double the income in comparison to a non-degree holder. In 2008, 89% of graduates made more per hour than non-graduates. So these are statistics from the Economic Policy Institute that showcase the highs and lows of degree holders versus non-degree holders. So I'm here to talk about the value of college education. And to support that argument, I've researched credible sources. So I'll jump over to my 3 main points. Point number 1, a college education is increasingly required for the jobs that are available and are needed in our society and economy. Point number 2, college education imparts the skills that you need for these jobs, not only technical skills, but also skills in communication and critical thinking. Point number 3 is college education offers you greater potential for growth over your career. Now that I've introduced you to my 3 main points, let's focus on point number 1, which is a college education is increasingly required for the jobs that are available and are needed in our society and economy. According to U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics' latest numbers on unemployment, August 2025, among workers 25 and over, the unemployment rate was at 4.3% for high school graduates, whereas for bachelor's degree holders, it was only 2.7%. So it clearly shows a trend for over a decade of data collection that speaks to the requirement of how college education becomes a key factor in your personal and professional growth. Nelson Mandela, former president of South Africa and a longtime anti-apartheid activist, once famously said, and I quote, "Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world." That's a huge statement coming from a global leader. I came across a recent article in the Chronicle of Higher Education that covered a story of Bridget Ellis, 33-year-old mother of 3 who juggled work, school, family, just to enhance her career and make a better living. Now she is one of many amongst us who partake in multiple roles and striving to make a difference. And the hustle is there to stay relevant, to be competitive in this market, because that's what the economy and society demand. It is to stay relevant. Now, according to NACE, National Association of Colleges and Employers, 85% of college graduates land a job within 6 months after graduation, or they pursue further education. Now, those numbers are even more staggering because if you have a master's degree, that percentage goes up to 90%. Now, let's take a deeper dive into the skill sets. So my second point was a college education not only requires technical skills, but also skills in critical thinking and communication. According to American Association of Colleges and University survey on hiring trends, which showed that, and I quote, 95% of employers report that their company places a priority on hiring people with the intellectual and interpersonal skills to help them contribute to innovate in the workspace. Companies are not just hiring a candidate because they can do the current job. They're looking for people who have the willingness to learn and grow further, because hiring itself costs a lot of money. Albert Einstein famously once said, and I quote, "The value of a college education is not the learning of many facts, but the training of the mind to think." I'll share my own personal experience that I've learned over the years. Been a hiring manager for more than 10 years. I have learned to look for things in a candidate that goes beyond to what the current role is. I'm not looking for the candidate to give me correct answer to my question, but also how those questions are being answered, their nonverbal cues, their demeanor, their confidence level. If I throw them a trick question, how are they going to come out of it? Because I'm also looking for candidates who can gel well with the current team, who will be good team players. So all those come with interpersonal skills. Now moving forward to my last main point of growth that correlates to education. According to the US Bureau of Labor Statistics, bachelor's degree earnings as a full-time salaried employee based on median weekly earnings about $1,543 versus high school graduates who earn roughly $930. So there right there, you should have the desire to keep moving forward, to keep learning, because in this economy with the inflation, every dollar counts. And you know, it's never too late. It's never too late to go back to college. I've done it myself. I've had a stop and start academic journey. So I came across an article in Forbes about a 42-year-old family man who entered his bio class but was mistaken for a professor. That should not discourage anyone. But to me, it shows the resilience and the determination to keep moving forward, to keep learning and keep growing. Theodore Roosevelt, former US president, he said, and I quote, "A man who has never gone to school may steal a freight car, but if he has a university education, he may steal the whole railroad." So again, it talks about, just in this quote, the idea is that education teaches you so many other things, your life skills, your communication skills, that goes beyond professional barriers, you know, into your learning, personal experiences as well, you know, your relationships and whatnot. I also came across an article published in the Fortune magazine about, it's a truly inspirational story about Dr. Ben Carson. He grew up in Detroit in a very poor family, but because of his perseverance and his determination to be someone and be something, he ended up becoming the world's leading pediatric neurosurgeon. So there's always hope. So as I conclude, let me review my 3 main points. First point, the college education is increasingly required for the jobs that are available and needed in our society and economy. Point number 2, a college education imparts the skills that you need for these jobs, not only technical skills, but skills in critical thinking and communication. And third, college education offers you greater potential for growth over your career. Therefore, a college education is valuable. That's what I truly believe. If you earn a 4-year degree, you can earn double the wage of a person who doesn't have a degree. So let me wrap up by sharing a quote from Martin Luther King Jr. U.S. Secretary John King quoted Martin Luther King Jr., who as a student wrote in a newspaper in 1947, and I quote, "We must remember that intelligence is not enough. Intelligence plus character, that is the true goal of education." Now, is education valuable? If you're asking that question yourself, is it worth it? It's absolutely worth it in my opinion, because not only the monetary benefits that it's going to provide you, but it's going to teach you life lessons that will make you a better professional and a better human being. Thank you.